I think, did you say there's 6,000 unaccompanied minors in this county?
Yeah.
Do I have that right? Okay.
Yes, you do.
Wow, that's so
Mhm.
sad. Now,
It
how do
really
these kids find you?
We collaborate with many different organizations, in Brevard County, so they find out that way, and sometimes friends bring their friends, and we really have done a lot of community outreach. Our name I mean, there are a lot of organizations that you gotta go to Ways for Life. So, really, we are very much a collaborative, group, and really, that is what makes things great, that you're not in your own little bubble, that you're really reaching out to make sure that these young people are taken care of. If we can't do it, let's bring them, to an organization that can help them. So, I
Yeah.
really, appreciate that about our staff and Pam and Katie, uh, that, collaboration is key in
Oh,
something such a
absolutely.
big social issue, right? And part of our goal is to really impact that social issue because just like welfare, foster care is very cyclical. And we have had members who have lost their children to DCF, temporarily, and we've been able to help them get sustainable
Employment.
employment and housing and also mental health counseling so that many of our members have gotten their kids back.
Oh, that's
So
great.
it's really impact, that we have, in this whole societal issue of this, foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you work with kids between with 15 up to 25, Lisa, is that right too?
Yes, that is our primary age group, but, I'll tell you, if somebody really needs our help and they're 26, we're not turning them away.
Oh, that's great.
We will help them.
And
But primarily, those are the ages that we care for.
yeah. And so if say a 15-year-old is homeless and they come in, like where do you guys go from there? If
Yeah, and so that is a real huge issue because typically housing you cannot house, a young person till they're 18 years old. And,
okay, didn't
Pam
know
and
that.
Katie will tell you a little bit more about that when you talk to them, but, yeah, we can't do anything about housing, other than try and get them into a good foster care home. That is about the most that we can do. Um,
Okay. So they have to stay in a foster home until they reach 18 if they're homeless.
right, right. So
Okay.
that is definitely that's a really good question that you ask because that is one of the challenges, that we face. There are good foster homes and there are some that aren't so great. I've heard some
Yeah.
stories that break my heart, but that's our goal to find a good place for them. And typically they are either in a group home or they are in foster care. But there are some unaccompanied youth that don't qualify for foster care, which makes no sense.
Yeah, how does that even work? What do you
Well, they call it couch surfing. They'll go from friend to friend. Some of them live in their car.
Oh, jeez, it's
Another
so sad.
Yeah, it is, it's heartbreaking, it's just not right, and unfortunately, a lot of government agencies don't really or aren't able to really take care of every single crisis that there is, and so that's primarily where we come in, to help those people. We've had some young people who are living with their parents, but they need some help, or they're living with their grandparents. There are a lot of grandparents here in Brevard County, and really around the world that, are actually raising their grandchildren. We have some of those as well, and so,
Yeah.
we become a support system to the aunts, the uncles who, have called kinship foster care, grandparents. There's actually an organization called Grandparents Raising Grandchildren here in Brevard. So
Oh, wow.
we have an organization for that. So,
Yeah.
it's great to see the many success stories that we've had at Ways for Life. It just, we meet them where they are, really. We're
Mhm.
ready when they're ready. And
Yeah.
Pam and Katie and the staff do a really superior job of, having that in their heart and mind to help these kids when they are ready. And that's what it takes.
Yeah.
And they have to see that we truly care. And that can take a little bit of time.